Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about basically your rights. I was following the bricks and minifigs scandal fiasco, and that got me looking at how the police were just over the top with violating the rights of Ben, Reckless Ben, and the others, and how there was more than one police department that overstepped their authority and their bounds of what they were doing. And so then that got me going down the rabbit hole of these other what police call First Amendment auditors, where they go around to different places videoing, and then the police ultimately get called on them because some Karen is complaining about them filming outside their business or whatever. If you watch some of these videos, it just shows you how police just think they have ultimate authority over you when they don't, and they lie to you, and they try to gather more information from you than you're required. And so I made me do a little bit of digging, and so I'd seen several of these. It only comes to where wherever you're at, they want to trespass you. So I'd seen some different interactions where some people chose not to identify themselves during the trespass, and I've seen it go two ways. I've seen where the police just accepted the fact that the people didn't want to give their information, and I've seen others where the police were forceful and ultimately arrest the people, and they put them on some type of other charge of disorderly conduct or whatever, which that's a secondary offense to what they would need to actually arrest them for. But ultimately the police are wrong, and the judgments generally go in their favor. But so I asked AI to help me do some research here. And so during a trespass, I was curious, is it required for the person that is being trespassed to identify themselves? And the answer is no. You are not required to identify yourself during a trespass citation. So my question was, okay, so since no ID is required during the issuance of a trespass, is the person required to provide a name or any other info? And the answer is no. So if no crime is being committed, you are not required to give any name, ID, or personal information to the police during a trespass warning. And it's one of the most misunderstood parts of trespass law. So let's break this down and see exactly what's what. So now, when a business wants you trespassed, what must you provide? And the answer is nothing. You don't have to give them a name, an address, a date of birth, nothing at all, unless you are being lawfully detained for another crime, like whatever it could be. That could be disorderly conduct or whatever, but that again has to be justifiable, has to be proven in court. So a trespass warning is not a crime in itself. It's simply a notice that's saying that you are not allowed to return. And sometimes they don't, I don't know, I've heard you've been trespassed for life. Others, it might be a time frame, whether it's a day, a month, a year, whatever. I don't know how they set that, but police can issue a warning without your cooperation. So you don't have to say anything, and then they can just trespass you without you giving them any other information. So the legal logic, and this applies in every state, the trespass has two phases. So the trespass warning, which means there's no crime yet, is basically the owners of that property just don't want you on that property anymore. So you are told to leave the private property. If you leave, no crime has occurred. So because no crime has occurred, police have no authority to compel your ID or your personal information. They can still issue the trespass warning by documenting your appearance, by using their body cam footage, using business surveillance, writing unidentified male or female in the report. your identity is not required for the warning to be valid. So don't let them tell you otherwise. Now, the second part of this, of a trespass, is after a trespass has been issued, if you refuse to leave or return after being trespassed, you are then committing a crime, and at that point, police can detain you. They can require your name. They can require an ID in the stop and identify states. And a police can arrest you if you refuse. So this is because the officer now has reasonable suspicion or probable cause of a crime, because the trespass has already been issued and you are then violating that trespass. So what information is required during the warning phase? Zero, absolutely nothing. You are not legally obligated to provide your name, your address, your date of birth, your ID, or any other personal information. You only must leave the property. It is upon the police's responsibility to do what they can to identify you, and you do not have to comply with that at all. They can take your photograph or, write a verbal or a written description of you, but they cannot compel you to provide ID. If they do, like detain you, arrest you for not providing ID, they're violating your Fourth Amendment, if not your Fifth Amendment, if they compel you to say something, your rights. So that I'd say would definitely be a civil rights lawsuit against them. So just know that if you are issued a trespass, you just have to leave. So an important nuance says that police may ask you your name so they can document the trespass, but that's one of their tactics they use, but it is voluntary, again, unless you refuse to leave, or you're suspected of another crime, or you return after being trespassed. If none of those apply, you can decline, go about your way. Again, you would want to ask, am I being detained? If they say you're not being detained, then you are obviously free to leave. Bottom line, a trespass warning, that means no ID is required, no required name, no required info. A trespass crime, ID can be compelled because you have already committed a crime at that point of the trespass. So leaving immediately when you're told you're trespass, that keeps it in the warning category and you're not violating the trespass. So bottom line, if you are being trespassed and the police trying to get your ID, I'd say don't give it, because they don't need your information for that trespass. So anyway, I hope that helps, and stick around, check back for more videos, because I'm going to be covering more of these rights that we need to stand our ground, because police don't need them. They're jackboot thugs. Anyway, until next time.